Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm sure if you haven't been under a rock in the last 6 to 12 months, you've been seeing what Pokemon has done throughout the social media and YouTube with Logan Paul and Leon Hart and all these big name celebrities for Pokemon, or at least Bo Logan's trying to get into it. Prices on these cards have just gotten really insane. Like, I'm gonna show you a few pieces that I personally have that I'm considering selling, but the prices I got for them when I bought them were insane. So first off, the prices on these PSA 9 Shallowless Blastoises. I had them on TCG Player for $349 for the longest time. Nobody bought them. I had them up there um, probably 6 months, and I went and took them down about I think January. And today, if you were to go and buy these off of eBay, they have completed. I've contacted actual sellers. He said the PokeDan, he actually did have a completed sale of $5,100. So $5,100 from $349 in a span of 10 months. That's a large increase. Now, the other card that's getting crazy, well, outside the first editions, obviously, are the unlimited versions of Charizard, as well as the Shadowless. But this one in particular is getting really, really, really hot. So when you see the first edition sell for over $200,000, obviously not the common person can afford that. But millions of adults my age in their 30s with their kids are getting the Pokemon. It's something that the family can bond on. And this brings back memories for a lot of these kids or these now adults because we all grew up on this in our middle school and high school days, elementary school for some of them. So they have their disposable income and they're spending the money. Well, this card has gone from it was about $800 to $1,000, a little less than that, maybe a little more than that, in the span of about a year. Last year, I had four of these. I got all six, these two plus the four Charizards graded all at the same time. As you can see, I'm missing the eight because I had them all graded one time. But I sold the four of them to the original owner. I did tell him if I was going to sell them, I was going to send them back to him for $150 a piece. They were selling for around $200. This was summer of last year. And then about February, March, when COVID started happening, it started climbing extremely fast. Luckily, he allowed me to get one back, and I paid him the $200. Within like a month and a half, it went to 600, then it went to 1200. This card now has bids and completed sales for over $6,000. That's a large increase, a little rapid increase for my comfort. Normal increases usually have a zero point 0.5 to a 1x, maybe a double multiplier when it comes to like increases over time within a year. But you don't see 300 to 6,000. That's a 20%, or 20, that's a 20x. That's not normal. But we're in a weird predicament where we're in the perfect storm. You've got COVID, or let's say the virus has made people stay home. Can't go do stuff. Can't spend money on other things. What are you going to do? People are buying stuff like this to bring back memories, to bring back just time periods in their lives where they were innocent. That's the way I look at it this way. We were so naive. If we had just known, I mean, I have a video. I don't know if I can find the video, so I put it up on the channel a long time ago, 2010, where I was rebuilding my Charizard collection. I might re-upload it just to make myself cry a little bit. I've owned over 200 of these. I've owned about 50 of these. I've owned 4 first editions. And I didn't get the same money as today, obviously, but I got great numbers for back then. If it wasn't for Pokemon Go, these cards could still be sitting in people's closets and not gaining value like it is now. So we can thank Pokemon Go for that, for reintroducing Pokemon into the market of the broad span of the market, not the ones that have been playing the game for years. Because I've played the game. If you can see some older videos on the channel that I used to play the game competitively. I'm just worried that these are gonna get a little too fast, or they're getting more expensive too fast, and the common person is not gonna be able to afford it. For like example, on this one right here is extremely HP. Sorry for the glares, but you can see there's a lot of wear on it. A lot of wear. Now, the guy who I sold these to, or gave it back to, this was originally his. He has a first edition, and he still has another one of these, but this is the worst of the 2 he had. And I gave him $300 for it. And at the time, it was worth $250. The only reason I gave him $300 is because we did a trade. But I gave him a good value on the card. These are selling for around $800 to $1,000 now in this condition. This one, and no joke, I got this about 4 weeks ago for $400. $400. There is a small line that you can't see. Even when when we saw it to the guy, you couldn't tell in the picture. There was a small indent there, but there's hardly any whiting on the card. Like, this will come back a 5 or 6. Card's selling for almost $2,000 now, $2,000. Those numbers are they're not sustainable. We will have a crash. Don't know when. It could be after November. It could be after the second stimulus checks. We'll probably see another resurgence when those checks come out because people are going to start buying this stuff again and keep going up and up and up. But we can't just pretend that there's not going to be a crash. Everything has a bubble. Magic's had a couple bubbles. The reserve list buyouts and all the reserve list spikes on duels and power, and that stuff has done it a couple times. And in fact, it's rising again. And in due time, it's going to fall again. So, yes, these numbers are great. They will probably still be around, but we truly don't know when that's going to happen. If at all. I mean, we could have a sports market on our hands where these are sports cards. Let's be real. These cards are not playable anymore. They were never good. Oh, Blastoise was great, but Charizard was never played. It's just the most iconic Pokemon from the first generation. So these are just going to be pieces that you put up on your mantle. You show to your friends when you want a conversation piece to bring back memories. So they're sports cards. This is the second year card. The first edition is the true rookie. This is the second year cards. In sports cards, the rookie typically is the most expensive card of their cards, of all their cards. But the second years are starting to go up in several of these industries because the rookies are getting so expensive. AKA, the first edition is getting really expensive. So now this is the affordable copy. And now it's at the price of what the first edition was just within the last, like, maybe 2-3 years. In due time, these will now be out of reach. And then this will be the next one, the third year card. So it's like, if you want to cash out now, the time is right. If you don't want to cash out, the time is still right. There's no right or wrong answer. I've been offered $4,000 on these. I'm still considering selling these, but who knows yet? If you don't need the money, I would highly suggest just keep them. If you have something in life that you can use that money for, like another investment, if you want to put into stocks, gold, silver, land, a new vehicle, if you need, it's a depreciating asset, unfortunately, but vehicles are obviously something we need. But if you want to put into something that's an appreciating asset that's more of a quote unquote traditional safe investment, stocks, bonds, gold, silver, land, then that makes sense because this is cardboard. This is something we played with when we were kids and we still do today. There's no guarantee this is going to be something that we are going to be putting X amount of dollars in 20 years from now. Probably could still do it. I mean, look at Star Wars from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's still relevant today. And Star Wars has been surpassed by Pokemon as the, I believe, the largest industry in the world, recognized at least. Every child in the world knows what Pokemon is. You can go to any continent on this earth, outside of Antarctica, obviously, I guess, and you can find a child who knows or is playing Pokemon. That's what makes this such an amazing game. It's a worldwide phenomenon that so many people can relate to. That's why, even though the market might bubble, it will just rebound and get even stronger because as these get older, the prices will continue to grow. It's just like in any game. Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, sports cards, any kind of thing. You never know what's going to happen. But anyway, guys, I wanted to do a video on this and see what your opinions are. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. See you.